Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019, the day after an epic rainfall of 14.58 inches of rain from just midnight till noon yesterday. It washed a lot of silt down here. We're at the south end of the Crater of Diamond search field right now. We're looking at the South Wash Pavilion, and through there you can see the North Wash Pavilion. I wanted to make a couple of points from this vantage point. In my opinion, this clump of trees should be removed. We don't need that nasty gnarl of mess. And that's a diamond search area. They say 37.5 acres. Well, you can subtract almost an acre there for that wad of weeds. And speaking of a wad of weeds, this is also part of the search field. And look at all the grass that's grown up. This is pitiful in my opinion. If you're going to call that search field, that needs to be plowed. I would not wade through 4-foot weeds like that looking for diamonds. There could be chiggers in there. I guarantee there are in July. There could be snakes in there, copperheads, rattlesnakes, even water moccasins. We're not far from the Little Missouri River, and this rain we had probably chased a lot of the snakes out of the river and up into this grass. That is not good for the public. That needs to be plowed. And then, honestly, this is all grown up into grass too. How can you surface search for diamonds when you can't see the diamonds for all the grass? Now, there's more grass between here and the North Wash Pavilion. I love the Crater of Diamond State Park, but I'm an advocate for improving it for the visitors. If you're going to claim 37 acres of search field, let's get it all so you can search it. But okay, off my soapbox and onto a more positive note. I want to talk here at the south end of the search field. This is the John Huddleston shovel marker. This marks the spot where the first diamonds were found in the state of Arkansas. In the old photographs, Howard Millar asked John Huddleston to point to the spot where he found the first diamond, and that's what he's doing. He's pointing to the spot. And honestly, he's pointing to this spot where we're at. They put a stake down, and a lot of times they would pose next to that stake because that was the marker before they did a nice permanent shovel marker like this. They had a white stake stuck in the ground right here. Well, that stake, you can see it in old photos, and it's right near a 5-story state-of-the-art diamond recovery plant used to sit right here where all these trees and weeds are. And right near this spot where this clump of trees is, which also ought to be removed if they're going to say it's in bounds. See, look at this. The park has plenty of trees. If you look through there, we have a 911-acre state park, and it's full of trees. But you only have a limited search field, and there shouldn't be a tree on it. I say, pull them all up. Let that be for diamond searching. This is rare. The only place in the world you can search for diamonds, there's limited acreage, and why have trees? Trees are not that rare. They build shade islands. If the trees were here for shade, that's one thing. But they built shade islands, so take the trees out of here. I mean, I love trees, but not where you could find a diamond under it. In fact, there ought to be diamonds around the roots of these trees. So pull them up, doze them out, wash the roots off, and sell the timber. The state could make money. Clean it out and plow the field when it's dry. They had opportunity in July. It was dry. This part of the field got neglected. They only plowed the part that you could see from the end of the sidewalk because most of your visitors plop down at the end of the sidewalk. But when I come, I want to search the whole field. Now, another reason why I brought you down to this spot today is to show you what it looks like before they do an excavation here. I heard that after Labor Day, when the tourist traffic slows down, they're going to scoop about 6 feet of this material off of here and haul it up to the search field north of here, take it from the south end, the lower end, scoop it and take it up and spread it over the search field up there. So diamonds could have collected here at this lower end, and now they're going to scoop it up, use heavy equipment, cordon off the area so they don't run over people with heavy machinery, scoop it up with scrapers and haul it up and dump it on the search field up there where tourists can find it. One other interesting point about this spot that I really love, if you look at the old photos of the 5-story diamond recovery plant that sat here in the 1920s, there is a conveyor that took the lamperite from ground level and took it up to the top of the 5-story building that used to sit here. And then all the gravel lamperite was gravity fed and washed down through the plant on the different floors and levels, and it went through different processes of diamond recovery, sorting and getting the silt out of it and concentrating the gravel. And they had a conveyor system. Well, it was a big winch actually, and they ran a spoke out this direction, and there's a map that shows 4 spokes, and they would have a cable and they would drag that big old heavy bucket on a winch and pull the material to a wooden box here, and in that wooden box all the material from the scoop that they drug this direction would drop into that box, and the conveyor would scoop the material up out of the box. They had another spoke going up this direction, and it ended up going just to the west or left of the North Wash Pavilion. And there was another spoke this way and another spoke this way. So 4 spokes led to this spot where the conveyor could pick it up and feed it into the 5-story diamond recovery plant. So it will be interesting after Labor Day when they bring the heavy equipment in here and move all this material and scoop out a huge hole here. I want to come back, bring you back with the camera and show you how different this is now. And you can compare the 2 videos. So here we are on July 17th, 2019. And I hope to show you in September, maybe 2 months from now, this will look vastly different. I don't know what they're going to do with this huge rock over here. Let me take a look just a minute. But this is probably a piece of leverite, and they're going to lever right there. But isn't it amazing that we have all this volcanic material and this giant chunk of indurated sandstone laying here? So when the volcanic material came, it grabbed a layer of sandstone was in its way, and it busted through this. This is the size of a car almost. It busted through that sandstone layer and brought this huge chunk to the surface. That's how much power and force was behind that lamperitic intrusion when a little earthquake faulting allowed a weak spot in the earth, and that volcanic material came up from over 100 miles deep. It moved, scientists believe, geologists think, estimate, it moved at the rate of twice the speed of sound, so Mach 2, and bring a boulder like that up with it, and it blew through and threw all the material way into the sky, and then everything settled back down in here. So it was quite an explosive event. But you and your family are safe to come here now. It's not going to happen again. We haven't had a volcano like that. The geologists say in 102 million years, give or take a couple of million. But anyway, you're safe here. No more earthquakes or volcanic activity. It's all calm and a good place to look for diamonds. But this spot is going to look a lot different 2 months from now. Hopefully it'll be dry where the heavy equipment can get in here. And they were going to do this last fall. They had the money budgeted, appropriated, set aside for this excavation. But it got too wet. They had one rain after another. And then here we are in mid-July and get over 14.5 inches of rain in one day. So anyway, hopefully things will dry out. they'll cordon off this area, scoop 6 feet of material out and haul it away. But I wish while they're at it, they'd get rid of these trees, and sometime they ought to get rid of those trees and plow that so we don't have to wade grass to surface search. Well, thank you for listening to me rant and show you around the Crater of Diamonds State Park today. I hope you'll subscribe to our Genuine Diamonds in AR channel on YouTube so that you can catch future editions of video broadcast from Southwest Arkansas's world famous Crater of Diamonds State Park. Thank you for joining me.